Welcome to the Concordia College Football Show with Coach Terry Horan. I'm your host, Norman Bell. Terry, what a great way to finish up the weekend, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's like that orangutan off the back. Happy for our kids, happy for our staff. You know, we put a lot of time into it, and to be able to get a W at the end of the day was great. It'd been a little over a month, you know, including the bye week, that we've tasted that sweet victory, and sweet it was. And you know, it wasn't always the prettiest, but we're not apologizing for that. We got the W, and we're excited.
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at those highlights.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful campus.
It is.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It is, and you know, a lot of hills in there, and Northfield's pretty historic anyway. So it was, and they got the field turf field, and we had pretty good kickoff coverage, pretty much, you know, all day long. We did a nice job at converging on that tackle, and our D's were suffocating. Dan Johnson, what a whale of a game did he have? I mean, 3 sacks. Forced fumble recovery, and here's the forced fumble, and he recovers it, and we got a short field, right? And that's the kind of start you want.
Yeah.
And we're on the 10-yard line. A couple plays later, Riley Sheridan and a little toss is into the end zone, and boy, that you know, that's good to see, and that's obviously what we needed and what we wanted. We're up 7-0 early.
Yeah.
Chris Clausen with another boot. I believe he fair catches this one and get it out to the 25-yard line. So again, we were within our goals there. Nice break up. I think that was Noah Taylor again. And here's Tommy Pavic getting into the action. You know, Blake hit him a little pump fake to Kevin Marzloff, and we were just overthrew him. I mean, yeah, you wish you had that one back.
Yeah.
Because that was 6 points. You know, another big sack. There's Dan Johnson, and in again, sophomore from Rosemount. He's having a great year. He brings a lot to his game. There's Kevin Marzloff with a little jet route and getting some yards after catch. Willie Julks putting some pressure on. They didn't have much time to make many plays, and look at the effort. Willie off the edge and hits the upright, so we survive. Still 7-0 in the first half.
Yeah, and that was oh man.
And there's a nice knockdown by Noah, and boy, he had a few of them on the day.
Yeah.
You know, here's another sack, and
Gunnar
Coleman in on the sack, and our D's were all over the field, and it was nice not to play the little extracurricular game there. So we got an extra 15 yards tacked behind them, and so D's played inspired, and it was great to see.
That was just this one right here.
Yeah, just
right before the
unfortunate 3rd and 8 play, you know, right before the half, and just you know, we didn't cover it well, and give them credit. They executed it and put the ball right on the money. That freshman receiver, he's gonna be pretty special for them. Here's Riley Sheridan and the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, this is the one that came back.
Oh, is this one? Okay,
Yeah,
that opened up the
that
3rd quarter.
Yeah.
And we had a little block in the back on the backside by Willie Julks, and but that was a great return.
Just a precursor to what's to come.
Yeah, right. So we pushes us back to the 10, but you know, Dane found some space off the left side and got a 33-yard gain, and here's a big hit. They did give him the catch on it, but it was a big hit, and those are things you like to see when you're a defensive back.
Yeah.
And here they kicked the field goal, and now it's 10-7. We're down, and Riley Sheridan gets it and made a great cut here, and then he sets it up with another great cut on the kicker, and off to the races. 95 yards later. This is his 2nd time in 2 years against St. Olaf, and he's only a sophomore. So he had an 80-yard return a year ago at our place, a 95-yarder there. TK with the PAT. We're up 14-10, and this is where we had the 14-point unanswered. D's came out, made a big stop. You know, I love that. I was giving Tick a hard time about his vertical there, but it was awesome, and this was probably one of our best drives. We went on a 10-play, 60-yard drive after that big stop, that knockdown by Tick, and we got into the end zone, and all 10 plays were rushing plays, and we just got back to being physical and being more aggressive, and got in the end zone. And now it's, that was early fourth quarter, I believe. Now it's 21-10. Well, after TK here, making it 21-10. So we were 3 for 3 on PATs, which was great. We met our goal. Here's our KO coverage again. And
It's been excellent all season long.
Yeah, it has been. It has been, and give credit to Coach Mistro and our special teams coordinator, and we're putting a lot of effort into a lot of our stuff, and it's paying off. Just swarming defense. There's Welshie and company, and proud of our defense again this week. And here's a little reverse. That another one that scores, comes back, and we did have a holding penalty off our left tackle, and those things happen. But they're overplaying us so hard, we had to come back with a little counter game. And
this first down right here kind of put the game away.
Yep, put the game away.
Well,
and
not quite, but there's one coming up here.
That was a little. In fact, that last play I thought was a poor spot. Should have gave us a first down. We try a sneak, they stop us, get the ball back, but here ends the game with a first down. And my favorite play in football is probably coming up here, Norm. Right here.
It is.
Little victory formation. So proud of the kids. And look at that. I mean, Barney, can you take care of the troll, please? I mean, I was telling these guys afterwards, and I said it on the air with you, it's like the Christmas story. It's fragile. This thing is fragile. But nothing better than this, getting back at home, getting on the sea, and singing the school song with the boys. And it had been a long time coming, and it's kind of the way the year's been. But our kids they continue to grind. They put the nose to the grindstone. Proud of our staff and getting our guys lined up. Continue to believe in our system and what we're doing, and beating an up and coming St. Olaf team on the road.
Definitely.
Not easy.
They were a tough team.
Very much so.
When we return, we'll talk Carleton. Welcome back to the Concordia College Football Show. I'm now joined by assistant coach Terry Luschen. Terry, thanks for joining me. It's been 3 years in the making here.
Yeah, it's great to get on the show here.
Now you coach the slots back and you're technical coordinator. Explain that.
Yeah, some different role pieces. So yeah, with the slot backs and our option offense, I get to work with our 2 slot backs, making sure they're doing all the right option things and blocking and this and that. Tech coordinator piece things, anything with the video that comes up, helping the sideline camera, end zone camera, the tower, getting it intercut. We use the huddle tool online, which is a great tool, making sure all the data gets in there, try to get it uploaded by Saturday nights when the coaches get back Saturday night, and on Sunday they can just rock and roll with that. And then finally from the JV side, like tonight we have our final JV game. We're going to go down to Sauk Center and play Gustavus down there. Gustavus will drive up and we'll drive down there. We'll have our 5th JV game of the year. So I get to run the offense on that and make sure our young guys are learning our O's and D's, so they're developing quickly, and by the time they get to spring ball their freshman year, they can compete just as being athletes and not having to learn that O and D anymore. They can just be the athletes that they are and have at it.
Now you played college football at Central College in Iowa?
Yes, yeah, very proud of the program down there. They had a great run this year, but then they ran into a couple of tough ones the last couple of weeks. But the head coach down there, Ron Skipper, he was a very important man in my life, as most college coaches are. He was a Hall of Fame inductee. He passed away a few years ago now, but I'll tell you, the first time he sat me down when I was a high school senior, he talked about being a student, an athlete, and a gentleman. Right, and to tell you the impact that he has on my life, when I'm at work, when I'm at Sundog, my full-time job, I talk to my people on my team as I'm a director there about being a student, being well-rounded, and being a person built for others. Okay. So those apples don't fall far from the tree there. That's coming right back to Ron. So a really important man in my life.
Okay, now you and your wife Tiffany have 2 kids. Is it Azana?
Yeah,
and son Aiden?
Yeah, we have three here. So
3, okay.
Zana's over at Oak Grove. She's got middle school basketball going and stuff like that. Aiden's out at DGF out there doing his thing. He loves his tractors and everything else. And then Ayla's 3. So she just turned 3 a couple days ago. I had missed the Gustavus game 2 years ago because she was born on that day. So
gotcha.
this is her 3rd birthday, so 3 years ago, missed that one. But yeah,
Okay.
very, very lucky. And Tiffany, my beautiful wife, we live out in the country out there towards Holly and Glendon on some acres, and have some horses out there, so life's good.
Okay. Now this is your 6th season with the Cobbers. How'd you and Terry connect?
Yeah, well, small world. So eighth year now. So 2018, the year of the year is always the year that I've been here.
Okay.
Here, and so Coach Horan, I'm actually he's a Wilmer grad. I'm a Wilmer grad. So shout out to the Cardinals for going to state. Right, they just beat Detroit Lakes
Gotcha.
this weekend. So he was the senior basketball player when I was that 6th grade boy. You know, looking up to all the seniors and stuff like that. So known him for a long time, and about 8 years ago there I had a transition in my life. We were in Litchfield for 10 years, which was awesome. Really enjoyed it down there, but some things changed with my work where I would have needed to drive to the Twin Cities every day.
Okay.
So I call him up, and I still remember talking in the parking lot with him about what are some options for coaching in different spots. And he said, hey Terry, we run the same offense up here. If it works out and you can find the right job in the Fargo-Moorhead community, because there's a lot of great jobs up here, come on up and we'll see how it goes. And it's been a great run. We've had a lot of success up here. I enjoy working in the offense, and Coach Horan runs an awesome staff and program. It's positive. It's the right type of program that I want to be around, and that's why I stick around, because we do it right by the boys.
Gotcha. Now the double slot offense, the slot backs are extremely important, and they have multiple roles in the offense. Just explain a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we ask them to do everything exactly like you're saying. So not only catching the pitch, which is the fun thing on the edge there, but then of course blocking for the pitch and trying to get that right angle. Then you go from there, and then we ask you to catch the ball, right? So you're the slot receiver, you're the guy going deep here and there. On our empty offense, those are our inside receivers doing their option routes, trying to get open. And then beyond that, which is kind of backwards, we ask them to block for the fullback. Most offenses, the big fullback guy blocks for the for the running back like that. But we ask our fullbacks to do that and be physical, not only on our fullback lead plays, but also on our main midline play, which you saw some highlights there where they have to lead up and do their thing. So they do need to do a lot, and they need to think a lot too. There's a lot of calls out there, getting to the right guy, taking the right angle. So, but they enjoy it. They're on the field a lot. It's a great program to be a back in. We always have 3 backs in the field. There's a lot of yards, a lot of things to do there. So that's good. And we have, again, with the senior day, we have Ryan and Michael with their last games here this weekend. Been great seniors all the way through. Ryan came back and played slot this year. He's such a talented player. He was playing receiver last year, came back and played slot. Michael, he's a Wilmer grad too. His dad actually coached me my senior year at Wilmer, so small world all the way around, but I'd be happy. Hopefully we can send those guys off with a good win on Saturday.
All right. Well, Terry, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I'm now joined by sophomore linebacker and newly honored MIAC Defensive Player of the Week, Dan Johnson. Dan, thanks for joining me, man.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Rosemount, Minnesota, huh?
Yeah.
Where exactly is Rosemount?
It's south of the cities, half hour or so. It's in between Apple Valley and Grove Heights and Egan.
Okay. Why Concordia?
When Mistro came and talked to me, something about him and his energy just really made the program stand out to me. And when I came up, I felt like the coaches liked being here. Everyone liked being here. So that was something I wanted to be a part of.
Okay. So now, from what I'm getting from the players, you're a guy, you're very hard on yourself. Like in practice, if you mess up in practice, you may run suicides out there till you drop if they don't come and get you.
Yeah. That's one of the things I like to do. I mean, not like to do, but I like to be perfect. I know it's never be perfect, but it was kind of funny. My high school football coach told me that if in our end of season banquet, he said that if I messed up on the field and I broke my arm, I'd rip my arm off and beat beat me with it till I felt I deserved it.
Oh, man. So what's life like at Concordia, sophomore year? How's it
Yeah,
been?
oh, it's been pretty good. I like the guys a lot. I like hanging out with everyone. Just a couple of things I like to do are hunt and fish. So there's obviously a lot of land around here and a lot of lakes around here. So it's a little different than the city environment.
Now, classes. I know Concordia is a very tough academic school. So how are you managing juggling football and school?
In the fall, it's pretty nice because you get into a routine. So you're going to football every day. You're going to meetings. So basically your day's full with classes and stuff. So you just, once you come back from dinner, you just have to work harder on your homework, and it just gets into a rhythm, and you just do it, and you get used to it. So that helps a lot.
Okay. Now, you just kind of, you didn't burst on the scene. You were doing things quietly. People just probably didn't notice as much, but just the past couple of weeks, you've just been all over the place. Tell me a little bit about that.
I like to pride myself kind of on studying hard and stuff, and I just kind of attribute it to once I got kind of put in the starting role a couple weeks ago, I just focused more than I had been, which I thought was going to help, and obviously it has paid off a little bit. So it was just kind of that, and just working hard and knowing the stuff.
Okay. Well, congratulations on the honor, man, and great
Thank
game
you.
last weekend, and let's try to do it again this
Yeah,
Saturday.
of
Okay?
course. Thank you very much.
All right, that's sophomore linebacker Dan Johnson. Welcome back to the Concordia College Football Show. Carleton College comes to town. Last year, it took till the second half to put those guys away.
Absolutely. Carleton's always feisty. They have a whole new staff this year, Norm. Tom Jornell is their head football coach. I go way back with Tom. Tom was a defensive coordinator, co-defensive coordinator. Now get this, with Kevin Bolus at Wisconsin River Falls back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Kevin Bolus is the head football coach at Wisconsin Whitewater now.
Oh, okay.
So they've got a great friendship, obviously, and then Tom took over as the head football coach at Wisconsin Stevens Point.
Okay.
And I don't know how many years he was there, but it had to be, about 8, 9 years. Tom's son, Mac, is their leading receiver. He's got over 600 yards receiving. Big, tall kid, and they want to throw the football. They're about a 70-30 throw to the run. Defensively, impressed with them. They get after it. They're well coached, and they're athletic, and they try to get to you before you get to them. So I know. Hey, and the other thing is they've had a bye week too, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for us. So that obviously is a challenge on our end. It's senior day at Concordia, and we've got 24 young men that are stepping on this field for the last time, one of which, Mitch Hansman, one of our managers, makes it 23. And then Dalton London, our boy who has been suffering from Fanconi anemia and has been a big part of our program for the last 4 years. He's graduating from this Team Impact program that we been hooked up with, and he'll be coming through with the seniors too, because he came in with these guys. He's going to leave with these guys,
Awesome.
And then he'll be considered alumni and always a part of our program. But 22 players wearing the uniform for the last time, minus one. All right, Alex Berg, he's got another year eligibility. So
that's
I'm
nice
going
to
to throw
hear.
that one on
That's
the.
nice to hear.
There you go. We need Alex Berg back. That's for sure. But he's going to go through the senior ceremonies, and a lot of memories with those boys, I'll tell you that. And this week we'll be over at Moorhead High School because of daylight savings time, getting some lights, so we can have good, solid practices and be ready to go for a tough Carleton team on Saturday.
All right. The Cobbers face Carleton College this Saturday at 1 o'clock at Jake Christensen Stadium. This has been the Concordia College Football Show with Coach Terry Horan.